With Price on Request Pro, you replace fixed product prices with a professional inquiry and quotation process, ideal for custom products, project-related offers, and customer-dependent B2B conditions. Product prices can be selectively hidden or displayed only after logging in. Additionally, customers can submit a price inquiry directly through an integrated inquiry form. For more extensive inquiries, multiple inquiry cards can be created and managed. Individual prices and tiered pricing can then be set directly in Shopware admin, while customers can manage their inquiry cards clearly in their account. We are now on the home page of the Shopware administration. In the first step, we will create a new Price on Request rule. To do this, we navigate to Settings, select Extensions, and open Price on Request. Here we select Price on Request forms and click Add to create a new rule. First, we enter an internal name and activate the rule. We can also assign a priority and specify where the Price on Request rule should be applied. Next, we configure the display conditions. Here we select the dynamic product group created earlier, which contains all products to which a price request should be available. Optionally, we can add further conditions using the rule builder. Next, under Price Display, we decide whether the product price should be hidden, replaced with a custom text, or displayed as usual. The same options are available for the delivery information. Next, we move to the display settings. Here we define what should be displayed instead of the standard Add to Cart button. Several options are available here. For example, we can display a request form, a login button, a custom information text, or a request cart button. These elements can also be combined with the standard Add to Cart button. For our first demo, we select the request form. Next, we select the position of the request button on the product detail page. We can also customize the button text and choose the appropriate button type. We can also assign a layout to the request form. The plugin includes a default layout that can be duplicated in the shopping experiences and customized to meet the individual requirements of the shop. Finally, we can add optional information text before or after the request button on both the product detail page and the product listing page. We then save the rule and take a look at the result in the storefront. We are now on a product listing page in the storefront. Here we can see two products that belong to the dynamic product group previously assigned to our rule. Therefore, the Send Request button is displayed for both products. When we open a product detail page, the price remains hidden and the request button is also available there. When we click the button, the request form opens in a modal with the selected product already added automatically. If needed, customers can use the integrated search to find and add further requestable products directly within the form. Next, customers enter their contact information and can optionally add a comment to the request. Once all details have been entered, the price request can be submitted. We will now switch back to the Shopware administration. Back in the Shopware administration, we open the Received Requests section in the plugin settings. Here we can see an overview of all submitted price requests. When we open an entry, we can view the complete request details, including the customer's contact information, the requested products, and any available graduated prices. We can also view any comment added by the customer. Once the customer has been notified, we can update the request status and enter the notification date, ensuring that the entire process remains clearly traceable. For the second use case, we open our previously created Price on Request rule again. The basic settings, display conditions, and price display remain unchanged. Under Display Settings, however, we switch from the request form to the request cart. We can also specify an email recipient for administrator notifications and customize the request cart button text and button type. In addition, we can display a price request icon in the header and configure its position. Optional information text can also be added if required. We then save the rule and switch back to the storefront. We are now on the home page of our shop and are already logged in as a customer. In the header, we can see an additional icon for price requests. Clicking this icon takes us directly to the corresponding section of the customer account, where all existing price requests are listed. By clicking New, customers can create an additional price request. Here, we enter a name for the new request and can use the integrated search to find and add requestable products directly. We then create the price request. Alternatively, products can also be added later from the product listing page or the product detail page. We now navigate to a product listing page where requestable products are displayed with an Add to Request Cart button. If several price requests are available, clicking the button opens a modal. Here, we can select the price request to which the product should be added and specify the desired quantity. A new price request can also be created directly within the module. We now add the product to the selected request cart and navigate back to the customer account. When we open the request cart, we can see that the product has been added automatically with the selected quantity. Optionally, customers can add a comment before submitting the request cart. Once the request has been sent, its status is updated automatically, and all changes are recorded in the activity history. We will now switch back to the Shopware administration. Back in the plugin settings, we open the Request Carts section. Here we can see an overview of all submitted request carts. When we open an entry, we can view the complete request details, including the customer information and the associated sales channel. We can also define the period for which the offer remains valid. We can also specify whether the requested quantities may be changed later. Below, we can see all products included in the request, along with their quantities, original prices, and offer prices. If needed, we can set an individual offer price by clicking the edit icon for the respective product. We can now enable custom pricing for this product and define individual prices for different quantities, allowing us to create graduated prices. After saving the changes, the new offer price is displayed directly in the product overview. If no individual offer price is defined, the original product price remains unchanged. Before processing the request, we can optionally add a comment and then reject the request, set its status to in progress or accept it. We will now accept the request, which sends the offer to the customer. Finally, we switch back to the storefront to view the result. Back in the customer account, we can see that the status of our request cart has been updated and that an offer is now available. When we open the request, we can view the seller's individual offer prices and graduated prices. If the offer meets our requirements, we can add the products directly to the shopping cart. Here we can see that both products have been added to the shopping cart with the selected quantities and offer prices. If we change the quantity, the price is automatically adjusted according to the corresponding graduated price. The customer can then proceed with the checkout as usual. This is how you turn complex pricing requests into a simple, structured, and fully integrated quotation process in Shopware.